Autobiographies of some famous people who dared to change the world with their acts of struggle and misery might be more of a self-help book than a simple account of someone's life. There are times in our lives when we lose our focus and feel overwhelmed. Getting inspired by real life stories from some of the best autobiographies can really motivate us. Reading about other people's diverse viewpoints and life experiences can provide us with a better perspective towards life and widen our horizon. The life lessons from these autobiographies can always inspire us to think and live differently. So, in this video, we will talk about some of the must read autobiographies about people who dared to change the world. One of the elementary side note, we have provided the links of all the books in the description. So, do check it out. Now, let's get started. First book on our list is I Am Malala. This is an autobiographical book by the youngest ever Pakistani activist for female education, who is also the winner of Nobel Peace Prize. The book focuses on Malala's early life, including her father's ownership of schools and her activism. It then delves deeper into the events leading up to the attempted assassination of Malala at the hands of Taliban when she was just 15 years old. The area she grew up in, the local Taliban, would frequently ban girls from attending school. Malala and her father were advocates and started international movement for education of girls. This led former Pakistani Prime Minister to describe her as the most prominent citizen in their country. Second book on our list is The Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. This book depicts the battle for black liberation in South Africa. It is one of the best autobiographical accounts if you are looking for inspiration. First black president Nelson Mandela became the president on May 10, 1994, ending more than 3 centuries of white dominance in Africa. As the country's first black president, he founded democracy and assured that no one could be discriminated regardless of race, color, creed, or gender. Mandela's struggle make his account one of the most inspiring autobiographies of all time. Third book on our list is The Story of My Experiments with Truth by Mahatma Gandhi. Freedom fighter and activist Mohandas Gandhi led India to independence after a long and arduous struggle. In his book, he recounts his experiences fighting against English colonialism and spreading his philosophy known as Satyagraha. It is indeed one of the most popular autobiographies through the course of education in India and many other countries. Most people can't claim Gandhi's level of moral and ethical commitment. Despite this, he tells us his own mistakes and how he has grown from them. Fourth book on our list is The Promised Land, written by former President Barack Obama, in which he tells the stories of his background, how he got into politics, and what it was like for him being the president from 2009 to 2017, including his role in killing of Osama bin Laden and passing the Affordable Care Act. As you likely know, he made history as the first black president of United States. He also was the recipient of Nobel Peace Prize. In this book, we follow him on his journey from the unremarkable child of a single mother living in a small village of Hawaii to becoming the first African American in the White House. We all know him as the charmistic and great leader, but you will be surprised to hear a story full of struggle, self-doubt and turmoil, even to the point where he nearly gave up on politics. Fifth book on our list is Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler wrote this book, which translates to My Struggles in English. Mein Kampf had sold more than 10 million copies in Germany by the end of World War II and translated them into 11 languages. Being one of the best autobiographies to read, the book explains Hitler's political theory, including his views on the state, politics, and race. After Hitler became the Chancellor, the book was made mandatory to read for most Germans, and it served the meaning of spreading Nazi ideology and principles throughout the country. Additionally, it was made available to German troops serving in the field throughout World War II. Sixth book on our list is The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. During World War II, Anne Frank was a teenage Jewish girl who wrote a diary while her family hid from the Nazis. The Diary of a Young Girl is one of the best autobiographies of all time. She and 7 others stayed in Amsterdam's secret annex for 2 years before being captured and deported to German concentration camps. In 1945, Annie died in the detention camp, and Frank's father was the last survivor of the family. He decided to publish Annie's diary, which details her thoughts, feelings, and observations while hiding in the camp. It has been a worldwide bestseller and a staple of Holocaust teaching programs for decades. Her legacy is honored by several humanitarian groups. Seventh book on our list is the Autobiography of Benjamin Franklin. The Autobiography of Benjamin Franklin is an intentional attempt to rewrite his past in a way that readers, including his son and American society, will understand, even if they do not fully live it. Franklin's lifelong pursuit of self improvement began at a young age. Eighth and the last book on our list is the Autobiography of Franklin Roosevelt, better known as FDR. He was an American statesman and president who led US through the Great Depression. Roosevelt was diagnosed with polio at the age of 29, which left him paralyzed in both his legs. Not letting his personal difficulties get in the way, he contested the elections and went on to become the president in 1933. He is the only president who has been elected 4 consecutive times and remained president till his death in 1945. He also commanded the US troops to victory in World War II, which resulted in US becoming one of the two superpowers. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching and supporting us. We will keep bringing you with some awesome content. Till then, goodbye and see you in the next video.